All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. James Bond has a new writer. Yes, some people will say this is good news. Some people will say potentially bad news. I'm gonna present the information, look at this chap's back catalogue, and then I'll kind of give you my own thoughts, I guess. But basically, it's Stephen Knight of Peaky Blinders fame. So take from that what you will, whether you think this is good or bad from the off. If you don't know much about what he's done before, we'll take a look and we'll see and build a picture. So hit subscribe if you're new here. Do turn the bell notifications on. But let's dive right into it. So this dropped yesterday, and basically this is for Denis Villeneuve's directorial venture into the Bond franchise. Stephen Knight was announced by Amazon MGM that he would be the writer. So we have this announcement here over on Twitter, and again by James Bond, which is what Amazon runs this, obviously. And it just says Stephen Knight to pen next James Bond film for Amazon MGM Studios. And I think they run it. I'm pretty certain they do. Yeah, they would do the official James Bond account. Yeah, just making sure it was the official one. Didn't get a whole lot of traction, actually. I thought it would get significantly more. Only 393.3 thousand views, which is not actually that much for the James Bond Twitter account. I would have thought it would be more. So obviously Deadline then followed up with, Deadline had the exclusive on this, and then it was promoted by James Bond Twitter account, whatever. But now mainstream media has been reporting on it widely. But Deadline said, after setting Denis Villeneuve to direct the next James Bond movie, Amazon MGM Studios has a writer in its sights to pen the next installment in the 007 franchise. Sources tell Deadline, Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight has been set to write the script. So Amy Pascal and David Heyman are producing via Pascal Pictures and Heyday Films, respectively. Tamia LaPointe will executive produce. It continues further. Since landing full creative control of the franchise last year, Amazon MGM has been thorough in its search for the behind-the-scenes talent that will be overseeing the development of this next pick in the series. Pascal and Heyman were first to be brought on, and after meeting with a number of directors, the studio tapped Villeneuve to direct. While there have been rumours about who could potentially play the coveted lead role, sources say the only focus in recent weeks has been who would write the script, with a number of meetings taking place with potential candidates. In recent weeks, the British-born Knight seemed to be putting himself in pole position, but insiders said a final sign-off could not be given until he met with Villeneuve, who is currently writing the next Dune film, filming the next Dune film. So insiders say that meeting took place in the last week, with Villeneuve fully on board for Knight to get the job. So that's interesting. Sort of pre-approval, but it makes sense. They do have to work together. As for who will be the next actor to carry the title of 007, insiders say not to expect a decision anytime soon, as Villeneuve returns his focus to finishing Dune Part 3 while Knight writes the script. So as for Knight, he is the creator, executive producer and writer of Peaky Blinders, starring Cillian Murphy, as well as series including the Emmy-nominated Taboo and C. Also did SAS Rogue Heroes, as well as 1,000 Blows, This Town, The Veil, All Light We Cannot See. Later earned multiple nominations, including the Best Limited Series at last year's Golden Globes. Knight also co-created the international game show phenomenon Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. A first penned film, Dirty Pretty Things, was directed by Stephen Frears, and opened the 2002 London Film Festival. It won numerous bits and pieces. So, he's got a Peaky Blinders movie at the moment, and also House of Guinness. These are both for Netflix as well. He's got his own studios, so there'll be some sort of financial outlay there, I would imagine, from him working on this. So I just thought we'd take a look and see a little bit more of this, like what he's known for, right? Because those are just titles, like people just go, "Oh, sure, whatever." But we'll kind of scroll through some of this. So as early as possible, we'll go way back in his career, down to the 90s. He's been around for a really long time, doing lots and lots and lots of stuff, as you can see, right? You know, like TV stuff, primarily, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but that's where he got his sort of start. And then Locke was that movie where Tom Hardy was just driving around, basically. And then you can kind of see, did The Seventh Son screenplay, which is not a good shout. It's not a good look, but okay. But you can start to see other good things coming in. You know, Taboo. People really love Taboo. Peaky Blinders is probably the biggest stuff that he's done. Right? Like, that's probably the biggest thing that he's done. Peaky Blinders, of course, 2013 to 2020. I mean, near decade going. Probably more than that now, really, because you're going to count the movie as well. C. I haven't heard great things about C, but okay. And as we go up a little bit further, you can see some other things that he did, you know, Rogue Heroes and things like that. Oh, and this is some of his upcoming stuff. Ferrari, The Immortal Man, Roads to Freedom, Small Dark Look, blah, blah, blah. I actually think he's a pretty good shout. I do genuinely think he's a pretty good shout. I did the screenplay for The Girl in the Spider's Web. People didn't really like that. Some people did, some people didn't. Whatever. But I think his Peaky Blinders stuff, his Taboo stuff, I think his Locke stuff, these kind of movies, are the series and movies, are the things which will make him a good pick. Right? Like, that'll make him a good pick. And he had previously stated, James Bond is in the hands of one of... not that one, sorry. Said in an interview with the BBC, it's always been on my bucket list, and it's fantastic to be invited to do it. I can't wait to get started. I'm hoping that being a Bond fan for so many years, it will be imbued into me, and I will be able to produce something that's the same, but different and better, stronger and bolder. Knight added when asked who might star as the new Bond, and he said, that's a very, very good question, one I can't give you the answer to. So, you know, he seems to want to push it into a new, bold direction. And I think that's a good idea. I think these movies have become a little bit stale. Yep. Daniel Craig stuff was pretty stale. So I think he's a good pick, to be honest. If he brings his Peaky Blinders sort of grit to it, yeah, I think he could be in for a real treat. A genuine treat. So there you go. I don't have much else to say. Like, that is it. That's the news. What do you guys think? Is he a good pick or not? Let me know down below. Bye-bye now.